Yiba Kusaya, Abu Kamara, all these youngsters. I got a lot of, Sam Johnson, what he's done for the Lone Stars. I have ultimate respect for their contribution and thank him. But I'm looking forward. I'm not.
A pleasant good afternoon and welcome to the Passion of Life. Still on Freedom 87.9. Today is Saturday, 14th of March, and we in 2026. It is good to be back on the weekend, supposed to talk what Liberian love to listen to when it comes to Saturday across Liberia. I'm Thomas Kuchuwola, your usual presenter on the program, The Freedom Weekend Sports. Coming up this afternoon, we have invited in studio a presidential aspirant for the Liberia Football Association 2026 elected for Congress. One person whose name has been taken around on social media and across Liberia. Mr. Cassell Kouh is our guest this afternoon on the Freedom Weekend Sports. We will talk. We will talk many things about Liberian sports. The election is coming up. And despite we have an indefinite term of suspension on the election coming from the Liberia Football Association, but Liberians are certain that indeed there will be election this year. The Football Association might have new leader or might continue with the current president. So that will be determined when stakeholders gathered in Maryland County. The election was actually scheduled for the 18th of April, but due to some issue at the moment, injunction current on the election, and then the Football Association did release a statement that indeed the process will be halted for now. I think it is meant to go through all of the ongoing bureaucracy to settle things or for the best interest of football. So it's right there on the weekend. Sport, the league continues across the country. The first division, the second division, and that of the women's league. On yesterday in the afternoon, news broke out on social media from Bourgeois Queens, one of the team in the top tier of women football. They sent a video out that indeed they will not honor games in the league until a proper investigation can be conducted into what led to the suspension of their players. And a couple of days ago, players of Bourgeois Queen and F Angels were involved into some fight at the SKD's practice pitch, and FC Facel is a victim also about the suspension of players, they and FCB Mountain. So it's right here on the weekend sports. We have our guests in studio. We intend to go and talk deeply. But let me inform you that in Europe, a lot of things will be happening. The English Premier League continues, the German League continues, the Spanish League continues, the Italian top flag continues. And during the course of the week, there were a lot of games in the UEFA's Champions League, the Europa Cup, and that of the Conference League. But it's right there on the weekend sports. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk to our guest, Mr. Cassell Kouh, who is right here with us on the Freedom Weekend Sports. It is right here on the weekend sports with me, Thomas Kuchuwola. I would love to say welcome to the weekend sports. We have Mr. Cassell Kouh. Yes, Mr. Kouh, good afternoon and welcome to the weekend.
Good afternoon, Thomas Kujurulak, and everyone in studio today.
It's been a long time since 2025. You came here as a guest, man. Where have you been?
I'm here in Liberia, doing what I love best, making an impact in football in Liberia, and doing my private businesses and stuff.
How's the business?
Everything is good. We are blessed that business is progressing. Our electric car company
Okay.
is doing great.
Okay.
And we have sold a couple of the vehicles, and we pass on the street and be proud
Okay.
that the new vehicles are now in Liberia.
Okay.
And Cassell Kouh also doing better, and that of the bikes.
Okay.
So we are doing well.
What may say there's a lot of job creation out there coming from you.
That is the idea. The idea is to solicit the country in whatever way
Okay.
to reduce the impoverished situation we have in our country.
Okay.
So, as a businessman, that is our aim and objective at the end of the day to create a job, even though we want to maximize profit. But at the end of the day, we are creating jobs.
Okay. And let's start off with the club. How your two clubs are doing? FC Cassell and Determined Girls.
They are doing pretty well. As you can see, cognizant of the position on the league table.
Okay.
FC Cassell currently is seated, if I'm not mistaken, at the fourth place
Okay.
on the league table, with 3 points from the league leader.
Really?
And so we are optimistic that we are going to do the job before the end of the league. We are going to be crowned champions again. We want to defend this title. We have been having some difficulty along the line, but we are fixing all these little situation we are faced with. And that of the Determined Girls, as you can see, we are currently at the top of the table. So, we know that Shatter Angels is putting a massive pressure on our girls, but we are doing everything necessary to see that we clinch the championship.
The performance of Determined Girls has dropped. That's why they are top of the league table. The way Determined Girls to be strong, people not seeing them like that again.
We
What is happening?
understand there's a dip in form. At the end of the day, we are working with our technical staff and to see how best we can get back in proper form. More especially, we are at the close of the league, so I think we got approximately 5 or 6 more games to go in the women division. So yes, we're gonna pick up and we're gonna see how best we can close the gap. We can move the gap forward so that Shatter cannot catch us.
Shatter is a top competitor this season.
Oh yeah, they are in their absolute form. I'm proud of them. Also as a stakeholder and as somebody who's trying to vying for the presidencies of the Liberian Football Association. Everything we have love for everybody. At the end of the day, Shatter is doing great. Shatter is playing like somebody who really want to win the championship also. So we are there. We're gonna see how the league will end.
You were at the field the last time, and when your team got back up from the Orange Cup, what was running through your mind when you were walking that day?
It's one of those days that you feel a little disappointed, but also that is football. Sometimes Real Madrid is beaten by Ichi, so we understand it's not the same money that was spent for the clubs, and the development programs are different. But sometimes football is just a game of luck. Sometimes at the end of the day, preparation will not help you. So I believe we wasn't. It's not a matter of preparation, but the other side got lucky.
Okay, and you are, of course, things happening. You have been investing from women football to men football, and then you have this ambition to contest for the presidency. There was a bit about this your ambition for the presidency of the LFA.
Kojo, my ambition has always been cleared. For me, football is a virus.
Please speak to the mic.
For me, football is a virus.
Okay.
We believe that that's why we were sent on this effort. We believe that we were sent to liberate the game at the highest level, to solicit the game in whatever way possible.
Okay.
We believe that we should be at the helm of football because our vision is to bring growth to Liberian football. We believe that football is at a serious decline. I always speak to this. If you want to count your success story in Liberia football, you have to count how many times you have participated in African Cup of Nations. Nobody's trying to hear all that. That you are not going to African Cup of Nations and you think that you are successful. You think you are successful with the display of the FIFA project. Nobody's trying to hear all these things. What people trying to see is Liberia is qualified for African Cup of Nations again. Liberia will go to the World Cup for the first time. That would be something that you can stand up as a FA president and say, I have delivered. I have come with the change. So that is why Mr. Cassell Kouh is coming on the table with. We are about to bring this old days back to Liberia. We are 11 days. The days that tons of people go on the field and believe that they are going to beat Algeria. They believe that they are going to beat Tunisia. They believe that they are going to bring that success story back to Liberia. So this is why Cassell Kouh is here. I'm here to change it. I'm a game changer.
And if you are saying you want to take the national team back to the AFCON, you want to give Liberia the opportunity to see their national team for the first time playing the World Cup, then you must have a plan. What is that plan to achieve them?
Kojo, the plan is mostly surrounding the source of the funding. The plan is surrounding how well we are organized to bring money into the game, because you cannot have these achievables if you don't have the money. You need to have the money. So we have the ability to lobby. We have the international and local contacts that we can be able to bring more money in our football. With the money, we can be able to go with our plan. Our plan has something to do with youth development, have something to do with women football, have something to do with coaches education, have something to do with referees education, have something to do with having training camps for our various national teams, and not just training camp, but steady practices and training preparation before these important tournaments. Our plan have something to a big package in our plan has something to do with the urgent attention on national team, how to bring our national team together and make us to compete at the highest level. So these things will not be achieved if we don't have the money. So what Cassell Kouh is going to bring to the table is we have the ability to source the requisite amount of money that we need to turn the game around.
Somebody will say, what is the reference point that what Cassell is saying he can do it? The reference point.
FC Cassell is clear. FC Cassell, we took a team that was struggling in relegation. That is the teams that former Charles Masale teams, Calon FC. We took Calon FC when we purchased them. They were at the bottom of the league table, 6 more games to go. And we qualified the team and kept the team in the first league. And we didn't stop there. We took FC Cassell for a training camp in Egypt. I think, Kojo, to go for a training camp in Egypt is over $500,000 United States dollars. To take 50-man delegation to Egypt for training camp is approximately $500,000. How do you think we source these funds? It's because we have the ability. It's because we have the lobbying power. It's because we have the international contact to bring money to us. So we were able to source these funds. So our own team is our blueprint. You can see FC Cassell. We maintain our training camp. We are in the training camp. We went to the training camp for the second time in our second year, and we have been successful. We attended the CAF competition trip in Algeria. Our female team, Determined Girls, participated in the WAFU A competition in Senegal. And what have you? Listen, we have paid our dues. We have made all the payment for tickets. We have done everything that we're supposed to do. So, Thomas, we have the ability to source the funds. So we are not going to sit there and tell you we are going to go to Mr. X for money. No, we know our contacts. We know what we're going to do, and we know how we're going to bring the money on the table. But we are not going to depend on FIFA funds alone.
To get a solid national team, you must firstly start to build from the grassroots level. What are plans for grassroots football?
We understand 100% grassroots football development is one of our cardinal objectives of even wanting this job. Cognizant of the fact that we ourselves was part of grassroots a couple of years back. We took FC Cassell from the grassroots stage. We took FC Fasa from third division, and we extended second, and then to first, and then here we are. So we understand that grassroots football needs funding as well. The reason we are not progressing at the grassroots level is because clubs owner of grassroots teams are getting frustrated because they don't even have the necessary equipments. They don't even have the necessary funding to take to take care of their very teams. At the end of the day, the FA is not involved with grassroots at all. Like if we are elected president, I can tell you for free that there will be no more registration for grassroots team. We're going to take that off totally, and we're going to find a special sponsorship package that we're going to allocate, even as little as $3,000 to $5,000 to grassroots team yearly, so that they can be able to solicit themselves. We understand these things may sound big to people, but it depends on the person that is clawed with that portfolio. What can you do? Who have you convinced before? How can you put money on the table? These are the questions that people will ask. And it is clear, Cassell Kouh is the person to do it. I can convince people right here in Liberia to bring money on the table that they hasn't even dreamed to bring on the table. It depends what you tell the person. It depends what structure you have in place. We have the necessary people to work with. We have very intelligent minds that we are working with, and we have very intelligent people we are wanting to be executive committee members that we are bringing on board that is going to solicit the process. This is collective effort. So grassroots development, you don't just say it in your mouth. It's something that needs funding, and we're going to see how best we can put the funding on the table and get our grassroots back and running again.
Let's talk female football a bit. The last time, one of former executive committee member, Madam Rachel Wilson, praised you a lot on Prime FM about your involvement into women football, giving massive support. And tell us, from a holistic standpoint, what do you have in plan for women football to take a better stand from where it is now?
It still runs back to the same funding we just spoke about. Women football is, Madam Hussein was right when she said that we have invested massively in women football, and we have a plan of investing massively in women football. Like, for example, the cash prize. I don't see why the male's cash prize should be different from women football cash prize. I don't see why the subvention should be lesser than that of what goes to women football. I think even if we talk about somebody having increased amount of money, it should be the girls. The reason is because they are quick to leave from the same. If a female gets pregnant, for example, she's going to get to a decline stage when it comes to football. So you need something to encourage them to maintain, to stay in the game. So, for example, what we're going to do for women football is we're going to make sure that the cash price increase significantly. And another thing we're going to do, but we're going to do that for both the male and the female. Whatever teams that qualify for WAFU or the CAF competition, we have 3 teams every year represent Liberia. We have the team from the FA Cup, we have the team from the championship male side, and we have the female champions team. These 3 teams represent. The federation, we are going to get a budget that we are going to be responsible for the ticket to take these teams for their return leg when they come after they play their game in Liberia or before they play their game in Liberia. The reason is common. We had a couple of years back, if I'm not mistaken, it is the year before last, Pinsville participated. Pinsville was stranded. Pinsville needed assistance. Pinsville had to take their player by road to Ivory Coast in order to get cheaper tickets, in order to take their team. Watanga, it happens to Watanga. What is the FA offering? Is it only that 30,000? It used to be 20,000. That $26,000 championship money, or that 10,000 they used to give? No, we are coming with a different plan to solicit this team because we are stakeholders. I am a stakeholder, a very serious manner stakeholder, and I feel the pain as other stakeholder, so I know exactly what is needed. So we are coming to contribute immensely in the women's game.
Okay, with your plan for women football, the national team, the female national team, that of the male national team, they must be guided by experienced coaches. Not many Liberian coaches are out there. coaching. Many of them are right here. What is your plan for coaches
Uh,
to
we
guide them?
we're going to have a serious money invested in coaches education. We want this to be on record that when we take over the FA, we definitely going to have our coaches. We're going to have at least 2 or 3 of our coaches every year that we are going to send out at least to have their UEFA Pro license training,
Okay.
so that we can have UEFA Pro license coaches in Liberia. We are giving the white people all the plenty of money. Sorry to call it color white. I don't want to sound racist,
Mhm.
but we are giving Fabio plenty of money. I'm not going to state on the
Mhm.
radio
Mhm.
how much I'm paying him, but it's a lot of money. We was paying Amir Aligat from Bosnia, Australia, a lot of money. The same with Ivan Manet. We want to change it. We want to start giving this money to our Liberian coaches, but we need them to also have the necessary education in order to start doing that. So the FA is going to be responsible for them going Europe and wherever they're going to be offering these UEFA Pro license coaches training. That we are going to be responsible for the payment. We are going to be responsible for our coaches stay whenever they are. We send them at least 2 to 3 coaches. If we are in power for 4 years, for example,
Mhm.
and we were able to send 2 coaches every year for UEFA Pro license.
Mhm.
Tell me, Kojo, we're going to have 8 coaches in Liberia after 4 years. That's going to be a UEFA Pro license coach that can later on come to the national team, go to our women team, go to our feeder teams, go to our grassroots development program, and so on. So these are the things that we have in place.
Let's talk about the club. A lot of complaining. The clubs have been complaining about lack of money. The subvention is low. And cool. Do you have plans when it comes to the issue of the subvention, increasing it for clubs? They are yearning for it. I have watched them, 13 of them voted against the budget because they say the last time the budget is low.
The situation is very, it's disheartening, Thomas, because I myself, I'm a stakeholder. I run 2 clubs in this country, Determined Girls and that of FC Fastel.
Okay.
And I understand when you talk of subvention being low. I was one of the club that voted against the budget because we want an increase in subvention. Listen, vast majority of the stakeholder and us, we on the same side of the coin.
Mhm.
We are on the same side of the coin.
Mhm.
Is We are on the side that is yearning for increase in subvention,
Mhm.
increase in sponsorship money.
Mhm.
Sponsorship, we are yearning for sponsorship for the league.
Mhm.
2 seasons going, no sponsorship for Liberian football. Listen, it is not just wrong, it is evil, because we know that the people that are in power. But again, sometimes when I think it's evil, I then think that, oh, maybe they just don't know, because what you don't know, you don't do. So the people that are in power, they're just in the position that they don't know what they are doing. They don't understand how to get it done for stakeholders. If you go 2 seasons and complaining that people have protesters in front of Orange Liberia, that is why Orange Liberia left the sponsorship. That is why people is now again is complaining about the maritime sponsorship, this, that, and that. These are all tricks. These are all pseudo tactics to lie to people, to make them understand. This shows your weakness. This shows that you don't understand what you are doing. Cassell Kouh will not be the president of the FA and don't have sponsorship in no league season. We will have sponsorship in every league season. And I'm not just talking about sponsorship of low amount of money, 100,000, 250,000. What can 250,000 do to sponsor Liberian football? Nothing. You are giving each club 7,000 and you want to beat your chest and say you are doing something for football. That's a disgrace. That's very, very disheartening. We are coming on board to change the story for stakeholders. We are going to put significant money into sponsorship, because sponsorship, we are going to get sponsors that are going to put significant money with stakeholders that are going to make stakeholders to understand the need of being in football. You're going to enjoy the reason you are in football.
Okay.
You're going to be happy that you are even a club owner,
Mhm.
because you're going to have that burden lifted from your shoulder. Listen, I have calls almost every time from stakeholder asking me, "Oh, we are about to go play in Bicano. We don't have transportation. Can you assist us?" Come on, bro. What stopped the federation from having sponsorship 2 seasons? You want to rely on one single story of, oh, people was in front of Orange, that's why I don't have sponsorship. And the all I would say congratulations to the Orange, and we appreciate Orange Liberia for the time that they were giving us the money. But come on. So you mean Mustafa and that of the rest of the executive committee, they couldn't find something better for Liberian football, even with the Orange sponsorship? Let Mustafa come on this radio one day and tell the people how much Orange was given for sponsorship and how much and why is it he couldn't find something better? He couldn't get better offer. So there's a lot that we need to be discussing, and we are coming to change it. We're going to bring a lucrative sponsorship package that is going to solicit every one of our teams in a way that, listen, I don't want to go for third term. I can say it right here on the on national radio. I don't want to go for third term, and I will not be going for third term.
But third term is not bad.
I will not be going for third term.
Okay.
But I'm saying because, listen, I have other ambition in life.
Okay.
I have other ambition. Maybe I just want to stop working. Maybe I just want to be a history maker. Cassell Kouh was part of the administration that took Lone Star to walk up for the first time.
Okay.
That's it. Maybe that's what I'm coming for. I'm coming to solicit us to open the way, to show people that this is the way to do it. And then I can leave it with the rest of the folks. We got a lot of people who should be given the opportunity. I don't want to go for third term. So we are coming to solicit the transformation. We are bringing in a serious transformation. We are a transformer, cognizant of our team. Look at our teams. Our teams, wherever you see the Army Girls and FC Fastel, you know that they are sponsored and they are well organized because of who runs the team.
To achieve this, you must become the president of the LFA. And to become the president of the LFA now, Mr. Kouh, you must go to election. Tell us, why did you file an injunction on the election?
We know the FA have, we understand that there are set layout grievance guidelines regarding the FA and that of football.
Okay.
But listen, Kojo, these guidelines are set to be used. But we have an FA that completely disregarded their own rules.
What is the rules there?
You cannot, like for example, we have Benito Ure who have filed an appeal for I don't know how long.
Okay.
Benito Ure filed an appeal for how long? And the FA is yet to listen to the case of Benito Ure. We got a FA who Jubilee filed an appeal to for an extraordinary Congress to be held. And the appeal committee made a decision. Jubilee is yet to receive said decision because they disbanded the appeal committee because they didn't rule in their favor. Listen, the court is the only place for redress at this moment for us. We're going to go to the court, and the court going to come up with their decision.
Okay.
We believe that our arguments, especially in the Supreme Court, we believe that our argument, the case is set. The case will soon come out next week. We are hopeful that I believe that there's already an assignment. I don't want to guess the date. I think it's either the 19th or the 20th. We will be at the Supreme Court, and our lawyers will be arguing the matter that we are qualified to contest based on the Article 58.1 or 45.4 that the FA is claiming that we cannot contest. We believe that it's not just against our right as a Liberian, but we also believe that it's like we even want to take the FA to the Racism Committee of FIFA because it's racial discrimination. You are trying to say because this person did this, so they cannot do that. So no, FIFA is against all these. And we have a dossier of complaint that have already been channeled to FIFA. FIFA is aware of everything that is going on in the FA. We have sent our complaint to FIFA. So the FA is saying that we notify FIFA. We also notify FIFA.
How long do you intend to go on with this thing, Cassell?
When you say how long I intend to go on, what do you mean?
With this hullabaloo, Liberians want to see the election go on to know if the presidency of Raji will continue or if Cassell will become the president.
I don't even think Raji is eligible, but that will be discussed later.
Why?
Because I think our law is not ex post facto, but we're going to discuss that later. There's investigation my legal team are making, and we are definitely going to come to that because we believe that Raji third term is a fraud. when we believe that we're going to take we are discussing it right now with our legal team, so we're not going to go in depth for the public right now, but we believe his third term the quest for his third term is a fraud. So we are going to we will go to the nitty-gritty of it, and we'll take the requisite action very soon.
You've been read down the same trend of election. You were once elected as vice president for operation of the LFA. Now, are you surprised by what is happening around the election at this time? Are you surprised about?
Yeah, because the administration currently they don't want a fair play. They want to do everything fraudulently. They want to impose on stakeholders, but stakeholders they are no more the same. They understand that change should come to football. Listen, as I said previously, stakeholder and us, we are on the same side of the coin. If today was election, I defeat Rajiv flat if he was to go to the ballot box for me.
Are you confident?
I'm 100% confident, and I know why I'm speaking that. Listen, I can tell you for common example. Listen, people don't trust Raji again. The people are tired with Raji. Listen, they had an executive committee meeting yesterday. I'm clear with it. They had an executive committee meeting yesterday. And don't be surprised if we don't go to Maryland no more, because the FA don't have the funding to help us to go to Maryland. I think they had an executive committee meeting yesterday, and the information from their own executive committee meeting, I'm telling you, we might not go to Maryland because they don't have the funding. And I'm telling you that people are planning to go and take money to bribe judges at the level of the court in order to turn over our rate of injunction. They are requesting $7,000 and from the FA and what have you, that our bond is defective and this, that, and it. Listen, Raji's own surrounding does not work with him no more. If I can be telling you live story from the executive committee meeting yesterday, that is to tell you that Raji, if I were him, he would stop this argument. He would pack his sartorial and leave the headquarters of the Labrador Football Association so that somebody in person of Cassell Kouh can come over and transform it for the entire country. Listen, in the executive committee meeting, they are discussing how they can ban me locally. You don't have no clue to ban me locally. You are discussing your executive committee meeting to ban me, the main Cassell Kouh locally. And even you are advised by your own people that that's the wrong step to take. They are thinking about, well, how can we go to FIFA and do this? And listen, Milton Yoko, it's clear to me, Milton Yoko, I got information from the same meeting. How Milton Yoko sent in a letter to FIFA complaining that I promised stakeholder that I will give them 50,000. These things are all joke. FIFA is not a place to play. FIFA is, listen, these are standards that FIFA got set standards that they follow. FIFA is not like the FA, who somebody put in on a appeal, but then you were putting an appeal, boom. They cannot even respond to our appeal all these whiles, approximately 2 months or more, that you cannot even respond to a common appeal. You disband your appeal committee. You banning player here and there with no due process. FIFA is not like that. FIFA have a set standard that they follow. So listen, we understand everything that's happening in Muzaffar Raji's cycle. His inner plans and everything. Listen, if I were Muzaffar, he would only discuss with himself, because the next man he's discussing with, I'm telling you, they don't trust him no more. They are done with him.
With this been said, to get to the presidency, you must have a close tie with the stakeholders. So what is your relationship with them?
Come again?
To get to the presidency of the LFA, you must have a very close tie with the stakeholders to get elected. What is your relationship with the stakeholders?
As I said a few minutes ago, that if election was today, we're going to win the election. That proved my relationship with the stakeholder. Very cordial. We're on the same side of the coin. We are on the side that want to see an increase in the money they receive as sponsorship money or subvention. We are on the same side that understand the burden that is on the teams. We are on the same side that need liberation in Liberian football. We are on the same side that want to see our country national team excel again. We are on the same side that want to see our female national team participating in major competition and winning this competition. We are on the same side that want to see a system from north, south, east, and west in order to liberate our game. We are on the same side that want to see grassroots development. So we are cordial.
And to be a successful president or to get your agenda passed through, you must have a team that you take at the LFA. Do you have or have you formed a team of executive committee members of those that you can work with, that when you go to the election, you can win and you can work together, because you must have a unique team?
Absolutely. We have a set team that we are taking there. So I will be clear. The vast majority of those who want an executive committee right now, we are going to eliminate them because we believe that football needs growth, and we believe that they are not understanding most of them, not all of them, because we are going to work with some of them. There are some of them on the executive committee that we are going to work with, that we believe they are people that are great people that needs to stay be on the executive committee.
Okay.
But some of them are going to get out. We understand 100% that we are not going to work with all of them. And we are bringing a set number of people that are going to occupy spaces of those we are going to get out.
Somebody will say, "We might want to call some of the names of your people."
I actually don't want to dive into it, but I can just give you a few. Like the man who speaks every day is currently my campaign chairman, Emmett Glasgow. So even the opposition, which is Mustafa Raji and his team, believe that Emmett Glasgow should be on their team.
Okay.
So you can see we have people that are very determined and people that are very great to be on the executive committee that will bring change to football.
This is the Freedom Weekend Sports on Freedom 87.9 with me, Thomas Kojo Rolak. I'm playing host to presidential aspirant of the Liberia Football Association election, suspended or delayed election. Mr. Cassell Kouh is my guest this afternoon, and this is being broadcast live on all the media platforms. Front Page Africa is here. We have Supreme TV. We have all the media platforms. As soon as I get their name, I will inform you. And the Weekend Sports, like I announced the last time, we intend to invite aspirants until they become candidate. So let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll continue with the program, The Weekend Sports. This is the Freedom Weekend Sports on Freedom 87.9. Cool. Let's get back to facility. Many have said Raji should continue because of facility. On his watch, many stadiums, pitches are getting better according to many of his supporters. How do you intend to double down on that one?
The thing is clear and common. FIFA has a set blueprint.
Okay.
That even if we take one of the Zogos and make them LFA president, they will have these facilities.
Okay.
Because it's a blueprint for every member association. So these are some of the lies that Raji tell. Raji let everybody understand that how can you do a stadium and be singing song with Raji's name? I'd rather you sing song with Gianni Infantino's name, because it's FIFA project. It's not Raji project. Let Raji come on the radio and show us one stadium that he built, that he sourced money from elsewhere and not from FIFA. Zero. He cannot show you. It's because he don't know how to do it. But with Cassell Kouh Senior, we are going to have FIFA project deliver, and we also going to have more, better. For example, if FIFA should give $1 we believe that we can source funds to make it $2.
Okay.
So even if we're going to do a FIFA project, it's going to be better. It's not going to be stadium that have incomplete bathrooms. It's not going to be stadium that the artificial turf will be lifting up after 15, 20 games. It's not going to be stadium that don't have seating capacity. Maybe FIFA is giving money that doesn't allow the FA to build the seating capacity. So as a FA president, you need to source the funds to build the seating capacity. So that is the difference between Cassell Kouh and Mustafa Ashola Raji.
You must have the backing of the government as FA president to succeed. What is your relationship with the government?
Listen, the government is for everybody. Today, if Cassell Kouh wins election, you will receive a call from Gianni Infantino congratulating him.
Okay.
Today, if Cassell Kouh wins election, you will receive a call from President Joseph Yuma Boakai congratulating him.
Mm-hmm.
We will sit down with the government. We will have the authority at that time. The portfolio will be in our hands. It is what you tell the person. It's what the person react to. I can tell you for a fact that when we are in that position, the government is going to work with us and the government is going to support us.
Okay. So, the main contention here for the elections to be held is for us to move forward, we must firstly go to the election. The election must be held. Now, you have an issue with the guideline. You took the matter, you filed an injunction. Would you mind to be specific, to be blunt, to be clear with which portion of the guideline you have the issue?
I won't let you dive into that right now because it is in front of the court and is yet to have a decision. And my legal team advise that we don't dive into legal matters. But what I can tell you is that I do believe that after the hearing and the ruling from Supreme Court, I believe that guideline situation will be automatically sorted out because the issue we have with the guideline is like almost similar to the issue we have with the statute. So we believe the guideline is not statutory and the guideline should be in accordance with the statute. So we put an injunction on the guideline because we believe it's not in accordance with the statute. For example, if you read that guideline, there's nothing in that guideline that talks of citizenship, that you have to be a Liberian citizen. That is mandatory in our statute, that you have to be a Liberian citizen. So, and the guideline augmented that for a reason. What reason? We don't know. Okay. So it will be discussed later. And then we believe we filed, my legal team, we filed a paper against Mustafa Raji for his citizenship. We believe our investigation is telling us that Mustafa Raji is a Nigerian. He wasn't naturalized at the age of 21. His father wasn't naturalized. We even believe that his both parents are Nigerian. He claimed Agatha M. Labor is his mother. Agatha M. Labor, we believe she's not his mother. So there's a lot that we have on file that we have against the incumbent. So we believe that he has been occupying a position of a Liberian and he's a Nigerian. So there's a lot we are going to dive into in the coming weeks. So the guideline is one thing. The guideline excluded that part that you have to be a Liberian. We believe that they augmented that part for a reason. And that reason is because they are aware that Raji is a Nigerian.
Someone else, you put you on these things. Maybe you want to go on web ballot also.
I'm not afraid of competition. And if anybody tells you about Cassell Kouh, I'm not afraid of competition. I told Ada Lawrence before, may his soul rest in peace, that let's go to the ballot and I'm going to defeat you. Just how positive I am right now today. That's how I was. And I defeated Ada Lawrence. So I'm somebody who have always been calling for a fist fight. I've been calling for us to go to the ballot. But if the rules don't allow somebody, then it means they don't allow somebody. They say a Liberian national. They didn't say You can come from, there's no FIFA election. That you can come from Zurich and become FIFA president. That you can come from Germany, United States, and become FIFA president. This is Liberia Football Association, a member association election. You have to be a Liberian.
What happened in the case if Raji in what happened in the case election is not held, April it didn't come, it passed by? What happened in the case with Mustafa?
We're going to take the necessary action, which I'm not going to discuss right now, but definitely Mustafa is not going to be the president of the Liberia Football Association.
The last time I was in the press conference when you said if you were in Liberia, Mustafa wouldn't have become president of the LFA. Give us what actually you meant by that.
When I was in Liberia, I was a top stakeholder than Mustafa. I was a vice president for operation. Mustafa wasn't even on the executive committee. So if I was in Liberia, I would have succeeded Benedict easily. Because even though we have Cassell Kouh and we have Musa Sheno as the vice president for administration, we have Musa Sheno as the vice president of administration at the time. 100%, I was in the better position to succeed Benedict than any of them. So if I were here, I promise you, Raji wouldn't have even run for that position. Raji did that because he was the only person around and he had influence from the government. People solicited him and made calls to people to back off and make things easy for him. That's why Raji is now the president of the federation. But fortunately for us, his term is over. Raji have served 2 terms. And as I said again, we are coming up with something shortly. We believe our law is not ex post facto, and we believe Raji shouldn't be even discussing 3rd term because the 3rd term that is enshrined within that statute does not apply to him. But we'll discuss it later.
What do you mean by in the Dose Soldier news? You said the last time you said Raji was like do.
I mean, I want for those people to come for me here, but when you come and discuss that man is gone. The Nima people and the Dole people did not solve their problem. So we are ready for that other topic.
Okay, this is the weekend sports. Let's go to the line. Let's start to interact with the callers. Call us on 0776 104 104, 0776 104 104, 086 500 104. You call, you be live on the weekend sports with me, Thomas Kojo Rolak. Right there on Freedom, it is 7.9. Let's get to this person. Okay, before we go to the line, cool. I have this final question for you before we start to talk to the callers. What do you think inner forces within the LFA want to stop you from contesting?
What do I think? Because they know that we are going to expose them to Liberia. We are going to expose them to Liberia in a way that Liberia will be like, oh wow, our football could get this better. Because when we are the hymn of the FA, the Liberian people are going to understand that indeed Liberia can again go back to the African Cup of Nations. Okay. Our women can participate in the bigger competition and make a mark, not just merely participating. Our teams can go for WAFU competition and CAF competition and coming out as qualifying to the next round or whatsoever. We're going to bring progress. We're going to bring so much progress that is going to look bad on their own leadership.
Okay, let's go to the line that add with the callers. Call us on 0776 104 104 07. Let me get this person right here. This person on my back. This person. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Your name and where have you joined us from?
My name is Johnny. You from Nima, Kante, Ganta City.
Wow, it's good to have you from Nima. How's Nima?
Nima is true.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me firstly start to applaud my CEO in studio, Mr. Anthony Cassell Kouh. The main speaker on the phone present, I'm the acting chairman of the mobilization in Nima for the 10 days. Okay. FP Facial.
Okay.
So let me firstly start with telling the Liberian people support to all those who have the voting right for the Liberia FA position, presidential position, to kindly vote Mr. Anthony Cassell Kouh for the betterment of Liberia football.
Okay.
For the women football to improve in Liberia. So I'll say bravo to you, CEO.
Okay.
And
thank you. Thank you. Call us on 0776 104 104 0776 104 104 086 500 104. When you call, you'll be live on the program, the Freedom Weekend Sports. Thomas Kouh Rolak. I'm playing host to Mr. Cassell Kouh, who is my guest this afternoon. I get this person. Your name, where have you joined us from?
Yeah, good afternoon, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, that's a good afternoon to you. You know, some are all for football, right?
Okay.
But I think those entities need to be taken care of by the security.
Okay.
That regime need to get out of that place.
Wow.
By the regime, something like any regime.
My man.
There's no improvement in Liberian football. What is that? You know, I've gone 4 times. But you score on that goal. That's the main improvement.
Okay.
And the last time, the one time I met with him, I was somewhere around 2000. He made that bodyguard, all the guys, to get close up.
Okay. 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 Okay, thank you. I get this question from right here. Your name, where have you joined us from?
Good afternoon, Thomas Kouh Rolak.
Yeah, good afternoon.
My name is Badmon Chala. I joined you from Randall Street this afternoon.
Welcome, Jada.
So, Kouh, I don't know how much persons or pundits of football have noticed that yesterday there were 16 clubs. There were 16 countries that got qualified to go for African Cup of Nations. Now, there are 24 countries that go for African Cup of Nations. It may interest you to note that in 8 years of Raji presidency, Liberia have now visited the African Cup of Nations, and African Cup of Nations have been here at least 4 times. That one. Number 2, I don't know what have come over the LFA president these days that people or stakeholders do not have respect anymore. Now, Musa Raji said they insist whether he reinstalled on them. Can Musa Raji just go? He's being LFA president. They have contributed to football more than Cassell Kouh in this country. Every time you see the way you reinsert. And lastly, let me just tell you, Kouh Rolak, the popular opinion on Facebook will tell you the Liberian people will need Cassell to bring transformation to this country. And we are not going to hold back. We will rise up to the occasion. We'll put together our bigger resources. We'll mobilize the fan base. Though we don't have voting rights. What's our support to give to Cassell? We'll talk to stakeholders and Cassell will be the next president of the LFA.
Thank you, Jala. Thank you, Jala. Let's get this person right. Your name and where have you joined us from? Hello? Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome. Okay. How? Mama, stand up. Are you walking? Mama, stand up. Okay. Okay, thank you. I have all of your name and wait on us from. I'm doing good. Waka who? Welcome.
So thank you very much, Mr. Cassell. Mr. Cassell, I don't know. We want you to speak to the grassroots team that then laid out at the South of Nigeria.
Okay.
If you have to get to power, how will you be able to introduce the grassroots mostly come to the
Okay. Grassroots football is your concern. Thank you. Look at this person. Your name and where have you joined us from?
Well, good afternoon, Kouh.
I mean, just adding you. That we are.
Sorry, my brother. I'm driving to your frequency. This is my key.
Welcome.
Thank you. So let me say good afternoon to Mr. Cassell Kouh. I want to call you this time for official capacity as Vice President for Gompa. We're one of those second division teams in the second league. Where we listen to, the expose from Mr. Cassell Kouh. we from Gomba, we've been following your record. I mean, we think that it is time that Liberia should be transformed, especially with our football sector.
Okay.
You know, and I know that. I mean, the only unifying tool we have in this country nowadays is football. It's a football that we use in this country to unite ourselves. So the fact that we need change, I mean, we believe that, I mean, Mr. Kouh now can serve in a better capacity to ensure that football is transformed.
Okay.
So in my capacity, I'm trying to see as to whether we are having consultation to consult our executive committee at the level of COMPA to ensure that, I mean, we lay our weight beyond Mr. Kouh because we think that...
You are an official of COMPA?
I'm speaking my official capacity of vice president of Gompa. We have the two candidates, the two aspirants. We currently streamline the developmental agenda of Mr. Kouh. And like I said, we have the consultation to ensure that, I mean, we lay our will behind.
Thank you.
We can see forward transformation in Liberia.
Thank you, Maichi. I get this person from it. I have a few questions. Your name is wait, Jonathan. Yeah, good afternoon.
This is Lawrence. I'm relative.
Welcome.
Well, I appreciate the income president of the library. He has said it all. We need to move forward. This country needs to move forward. When it comes to football, football is the only thing that brings us together. The passion of sport is football. So, we have getting all of this support and prayer from people of us who our children want to play the game. And you understand? We can move to another level.
Okay.
I'll make sure.
Thank you. Let me get this person. Hello.
Yeah. Thank you very much for you. I guess it's possible to get the jointness of a president of the LFA, Mr. Cassell Kouh, in Cassell Kouh. For that condition, hello, now it's my place.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I don't want to go back there. Came also to the president of the LFA, Mr. Kouh. And for local nations, poker, rather, is supportive and propaganda picture of the Cassell Kouh message. I join for another destination this afternoon. It is very clear, categorically clear, it's practically clear that Mr. Kouh will be the next president and his work that he has done. It's very clear. But you go now to the election first, we see today now for us to get the employment, to get the enthusiasm for people now to be very to have the anxiety of football is to Mr. Cassell Kouh. It's very constitutive. And to conclude, Mr. Kouh, I want to ask a question. Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, I'm a realist. So many times, for me, I'm a post supporter of you. I will put your message to the school. One time I will go in a spreadsheet on the left and press to pick your message. When we have the thought of if your children have best tutorial with the other still work with Mr. Kouh, or doing a disabilitation that actually or somehow or give it back. So, just to make it all of there that I will work and just message.
No, I'm understanding you.
Come again?
Poga, I want to leave you. I'm not understanding you, Poga. Let me get this person right over here. Your name is wait, Jonathan. Yeah. Go ahead. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Let me wait, Jonathan. Let me wait, Jonathan.
Thank you very much, Thomas Kojo. My name is Thierry Tieton, and I call from Central Monrovia this afternoon.
Welcome.
Let me say thank you. Let me say I listened to the expose of the immediate next president of the FA. I have one question. Anthony Kouh, what strategies will you use to strengthen local clubs and make our league more competitive?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is the final person from right here. The name of where Happy Jonathan. Welcome.
Welcome to Mr. Kouh.
Go ahead.
Mr. Kouh, I'm listening to your discussion. But become president, Librarian Field and also who get the relationship their parents are for here, but they're not eligible to play for the country. When you run after them to play for the national team, my first question, second question, I want to know how far is your feet that you're in match or how far it is.
Okay, thank you. Let me squeeze the person for right. Yeah, the guy in my bag. Where you gonna from?
Hello.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay, this is Mr. James Richardson. I call from the Bannersville Estate.
Welcome, Mr. Richard.
Okay, thank you very much. Firstly, let me say a special thank you to your studio guest, Mr. Cassell Kouh. And let me commend him for his numerous efforts throughout this sporting arena since the arrival in Liberia. Mr. Kouh have been very, very impressive, very, very, very strategic. He have single-handedly Wigan FC Cassell, which also been down for over 7 years during absence, and then he coming back within a year, won the championship, and then sit at third place in the Liberian Football League. I mean, it's applaudable. These are substantial reasons for which we think he can be trusted with the seat of the FA presidency, because I think currently the current leadership may have tried their best, but at this juncture they have run out of ideas. Okay. So it's time for us to welcome in new ideas, critical voices, new thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. Reggie have done their best, but let you know end up in a bad way. Mr. Kouh is the man for the moment.
Thank you.
Let him be given the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Before you listen to the callers, somebody is concerned about Liberian players. People with Liberian lineage, they are out there. Will your administration run for them to play for the national team?
Listen, they say if the Christmas will be good, you can know from the Eve.
Okay.
The way in which you run football in Liberia will attract these people to come to you, and you will also go for some of them. They are seeing what is happening with Liberian football. They have seen that footballer will go out and get injury, and the LFA will be like they don't care for the player. We have somebody like Murphy Nangwe is playing no more because Liberia let him down when he broke his leg. We have other players these things happen to right here in Liberia. So if you are living in Europe, you were born to Liberian parents, you may want to come and play for Liberia, but the treatment you get, they hear the news. The Liberian player go for practice, Liberian national team go for practice, and there's no water. The coaches are sitting down waiting, said no water, no organization. Very big disregard to the players and that of the technical staff. And so these people are not encouraged to even accept discussion with Liberia. So, but under our leadership, we are going to have structure in place that is going to be attractive enough that when we call them, they will be running.
Okay. And then this brings me to another question. The last time your opponent said when some former national team players stand downward or something, nobody will recognize them. Former national team players, do you have plans for former national team players, or when people are away from the national team, so such a statement can go back to them?
Listen, to be honest with you, I think Raji needs to make a public statement or need to call that statement back as urgent as possible, because it is not good for football. I think it's a statement of racism. I think it's a statement that is very disrespectful to people that took the flag of Liberia in different locations and raised that flag up high. Despite of the results, despite of their current living condition, the FA president, in person of Raji, I believe it was very disrespectful, very insulting to address our former national team player as such. So the right thing to do, I'll call on Raji to get on national radio and extend apology. That won't take nothing from him. That will only make him look like a man enough to be able to understand that when you are wrong, because that statement was very insulting.
And let's go home on this one. Before you announced your intention to contest the presidency, tell us, was a friendship between you and Raji?
Raji and I has always been friendly. Raji called me on my birthday recently after talking to me at Congress after speaking for 1 hour in his president's address at Congress, throwing jabs at my camp, throwing jabs at me, calling me all kinds of names. At the end of the day, he called me. The next day was my birthday. Congress was the 22nd. My birthday was the 23rd of February.
Mhm.
Called me on my birthday. Good morning, Mr. President, and happy birthday. But one thing I don't understand,
Mhm.
Raji recognized me to be Mr. President of FC Facel, but he don't want me to get on the ballot. That's a funny story.
Let's go home. Let's go home. What is a parting comment? Let's get your parting comment, then we'll go home. Cool.
I just parted, Thomas. The funny statement is Raji addressed me as Mr. President,
Okay.
but Raji don't want this president on the ballot because he wants to head the FA.
Will you be on the ballot?
I am going to be on the ballot and I'm going to win.
Thank you. We have to go home. We have to go home. In the weekends, until then, I'm Thomas Bojo Rolak. Have a very pleasant time and bye bye for the nation's capital Monrovia.